Hello, dear audiences. Day we exist back again with something more exciting and important for you. What if I say I have this formula to make you rich, that also just by gardening in the house only? The plant today we can be talking about is not as much as the collection. I wish all you are aware of the earth's most expensive spice. The saffron crocus, Crocus sativus L., is spread from a tiny round corm, a lot related to the bulb. Genuine saffron spice falls from the stigma of this saffron corm blossom. This corm is essentially the stem from which the saffron is produced. It is the round tuber that gives rise to up to 3 blossoms. These corms are purchased when they are at the dormant phase, and plant in late summer or early autumn when they rapidly jump into experience with the creation of tiny crocus flowers. Today, we talk about the issue of developing saffron hydroponically, hydroponic saffron complex care, agriculture saffron bulb germination, harvesting process of farming saffron, agriculture food method, chemical for the saffron plants, and suitable hydroponic NFT nutrient film technique DWC Deepwater Society method for producing saffron. This crocus fruit saffron from its pistils. It gets some flowers to produce an ounce of saffron. That is why it is so costly. It rises by corms and is perennial. It was applied to color and smell food, too, as in medicine. The saffron crocus flowers in this autumn and requires very great composted land to blossom. Cucumber plants need frequent and significant food to produce their harvest. The Jew, while living in the river delta within the Egyptian captivity, had developed the liking for them. While they roamed in the wild, their longing for the cold moist fruit caused them to grumble. Cucumbers cannot become naturally in the sweet. This word seasoning comes from the Arabic zafaran, meaning chicken. The Arabs presented its culture to Spain. Saffron is given of the stigmas of the flower of the crocus complex, the perennial bulbous complex, which blossoms in this autumn and rises in soft climates from England to Turkey and Iran. It comprises reddish-orange filaments. This choicest saffron day is produced in Spain. It is the most costly spice in this world. You want 200,000 crocus blooms to get 450 grams of seasoning, and production is unmechanized. Seasoning is used for its specific taste. It is also applied to touch dishes. Seasoning, Crocus sativus, is the most costly spice in this industry, which is why it might be a great idea to take about developing saffron indoors. This attention of saffron crocus is no more challenging than that of any different kind of bulb. The saffron crocus is only the garden variety autumn crocus. This cost comes in the labor-intensive harvest of these stigmas or saffron threads. Each thought must be hand-picked at exactly the most opportune time. Too late and these stigmas can degrade. Crocus of any kind can decay if planted in moist soil, so planting saffron crocuses inside would ensure that bulb or corms do not deteriorate. The bulb supplier can send them to you in the proper time for planting and/or consult with them regarding the climate and position, but they should be planted in this season. Saffron is a hard harvest to develop and keep, but far from impossible. Probably saffron spice produced hydroponically is easy to develop and sustain than it could be traditional. These bulbs or corms represent the propagating material and can be easily received from shops for producing saffron indoors for income, too. These smaller corms are usually less costly, but they may not make flowers in the first season or gives a much lesser income of saffron and the lesser amount of girl corms after flowering. The best planting level for hydroponics is at 15 grams, which are mostly at 1 inch in length. Usually, food cultures for hydroponically producing saffron are not sterilized insofar as they are not found upon distilled food. However, the food should be autoclaved before use to decrease the number of microbial organisms. Saffron grows best in food that is preserved in the pH between 6.0 and 6.25, that is, somewhat acidic. Within this soilless hydroponic environment, the various saffron corms are planted in 2-inch plastic cloth piles that are filled with the inactive substance. A saffron society without land by the use of hydroponics has allowed the organism to grow under conditions in which regular culture is either difficult or impractical. The usage of hydroponics allows the development environment and food of the developing plants to be controlled most carefully, engendering greater quality and higher output of the resulting harvest. Hydroponic production is accomplished by keeping the roots of the plant in either the stable food solution that is continually oxygenated or the sporadically flowing food solution. Other thoughts about the future of land and food industry exist. Certainly, developments in hydroponics, or the development of crops without land, vertical agriculture and greenhouses live, but some argue solutions only of the large quantity of free land and resources should not be pursued. More sustainable practices and greater land management are required for the enduring accessibility of food to feed the rising population of the Earth. Because of the decision to